Upon opening the BP Claim Calculator, users will be presented with the client list. The client list displays the name of the client, what type of causation was met, when the engagement letter was received, as well as the claim amount. Also, when using the BP Claim Calculator in a network environment, all the claims entered by all users across the network are synced in this list. The list is also searchable by anything within the client's name. When working with each individual client's claim in the BP Claim Calculator, you may either select an existing claim and press Open Claim, or you may generate a new claim. For this demonstration, we're going to generate a new claim. I press the New Claim button. We type in a name for the new company, as well as some of its information. And once all of the information is input, we click Add. After adding a new client from the client list, a new Excel workbook is generated to handle this client's claim. We have the name of the client, the zone they are located in, as well as the name of the company that the software is licensed to. The Getting Started table serves as a checklist for important steps in the claim filing process. You can record the date they were completed, who they were completed by, the date they were reviewed, who they were reviewed by, as well as any comments associated with each step. To navigate to other sheets in the BP Claim Calculator, you can select a worksheet from the bottom as you normally would with any Excel workbook, or you can use the menu to the right. This menu is detachable, resizable, and it can also be docked in other areas of Excel, like so. Now let's go to the instruction sheet. The instruction sheet contains information about terms used within the claim, how to effectively enter data into the claim, as well as certain other information such as identifying variable versus fixed costs. The instruction sheet also contains references and links back to the settlement itself. Moving on to the client information sheet, we can see that some of the information has already been filled in because we added it when we initially created the claim from the client list. If at any time we wanted to change any of this information, simply click within the cell and type the changes. Next, we will move on to entering data and getting back some results. We can do this in one of two places. On the causation calculator sheet, where it will ask us for our revenue start month and start year, as well as all of our monthly revenues, or on the data entry sheet, where it will again ask us for our monthly revenues, our monthly variable costs, and our monthly payroll expenses. We will start by determining our causation in the causation calculator. Now, we could manually go through and type in each monthly revenue, but because the BP Claim Calculator is based in Excel and therefore contains all the functionality of Excel, there is a much easier way. Most popular accounting software such as Peachtree and QuickBooks allows you to export monthly P&Ls directly into Excel. For this demonstration, I have already imported a monthly P&L from QuickBooks into my workbook. It's located on the P&L worksheet. In order to get the data from this P&L sheet into my causation calculator sheet, I will link it. To do that, I will go back to the causation calculator, select the first month, which is January of 2007. I will press the equal sign. Then I will go back to my P&L worksheet and select the first month of revenues and press enter. Now I will drag autofill across this entire row. And just like that, we have input 60 monthly revenues all at once. Each of the individual columns can be individually sized by double-clicking on the column boundary, or if you switch sheets and come back, all of the columns will automatically be sized for you. Since the sample P&L I'm using for this demonstration has no more monthly revenues to input, we can go ahead and select a starting month, a starting year, and press Calculate Causation. Our causation result will be shown below. Next, we will go to the data entry sheet to finish entering our data. Because we have already entered the revenues in the causation calculator, they have automatically been input into the revenue table on the data entry sheet. There's never any need to enter data twice in the BP Claim Calculator. Now that we don't have to worry about our revenues, we'll move on to the variable costs. Again, I will select the first month, press the equal sign. I will then go to my monthly P&L sheet, select the first month of a row of variable costs that I would like to link over, press enter, and again I will simply autofill this across all 60 cells, and all our values are input. I could keep going the way I just did and enter in each additional variable cost by linking the initial cell and dragging across all 60 columns, or if, like on my P&L, there are other variable costs below the row that we just linked over, there's a quicker way. I can come back to my data entry sheet, can select all 60 cells that I just linked over. Then I'll take the autofill and I will drag it down a few rows. Now all of the variable costs in the rows beneath my initial one are imported. Moving on from the variable costs, I will repeat the same process with the payroll expenses. I will select the first cell, press the equal sign, select its corresponding first cell on my P&L sheet, and press enter. I will then drag across, and now I have my values in. As you can see, quickly inputting large amounts of data into the BP claim calculator is extremely simple if you are able to get your P&Ls into Excel format. Below the payroll expenses, there is another feature that selects the lowest and second lowest payroll expenses between May and December of 2010. You can manually enter these amounts, or you can press check for me and it will auto select for you. Now that all the data is entered, we are ready to view some results. We can click on the compensation sheet to view the total estimated compensation for each benchmark period. The risk transfer premium can be altered by changing the zone, like so, or you can use your own risk transfer premium by checking the Use My Own RTP box. You can then manually type in whichever risk transfer premium you desire. Right below that table, we can press this button, Select Optimal Benchmark Period and Monthly Periods, to automatically select the best benchmark period and step 1 and 2 options based off of our total estimated compensation. We press the button and we can see that it automatically selected our best options. Now, click on the Click for More Details button or on the Calculations button on the menu to go to the calculation sheet. Here, you can view many different financial calculations for the settlement. It calculates Step 1 and Step 2 compensation for each benchmark period, claimant specific factor, consecutive month period, incremental revenue, variable margin, incremental profit, variable payroll costs, as well as total monthly variable costs and variable profits. All of this information is calculated from the information we entered on the data entry sheet, our monthly revenues, our variable costs, and our monthly payroll expenses. After reviewing our calculations, we can move on to the attachment sheet. Here are several documents that are required of all business claimants that are submitting a claim. We can choose to link files to our claims so that when we go to upload them to the Settlement Authority, all of our files and supporting documents are located in one organized folder. I'll press link, select a file from my computer, press open. As you can see, the name of the file is displayed on the worksheet. I'll do the same thing for one more. Now I can choose to copy all of my attachments to my client folder, and then I can open my client folder to view all of my files. As you can see, all the attachments that I just linked have been copied over to my client folder. I have my attachments, my workbook, and my data file for my workbook, all in one place, all ready to go. That concludes the demonstration of the BP Claim Calculator. If you would like to try out the software or if you would like to purchase it, please give us a call at 504-835-4213. Thanks for watching.